Yo, what's going on, guys? Everyone can hear me all right? Does my mic sound good? Hopefully. How's how's the latency? I put it on ultra low latency. Someone tell me, so can someone look in the right? Okay, my candle says 30 seconds left. Tell me how much difference it is. It's 4 seconds. 2 seconds for you. Damn. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, I should have done that yesterday. Wait, try yo, more. Put it on 2 times speed. See if it can get to like 1 second. I bet you the quality's a little worse though. Traduction. I'm not sure what traduction means. I'm assuming translation or something. Um, and when it's on translation, when it's on ultra low latency, you cannot use closed captioning. Oh, this is my last day streaming YouTube. I'm gonna be back in Discord. Eventually. Read more. Speak in Spanish. Uh, Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Te gusta queso? Me gusta queso. ¿Cuál es tu social seguridad? Seguridad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. ¿Cuál es tu dirección? Wait, Puedo Tango. I don't even know that's right. Puedo Tango tu nombre. Oh, no, not nombre, not nombre. Puedo Tango tu numero. Tango. Is that some better? Tango. Can I have your number? Tango. ¿Te gusta queso? Yeah, I took Spanish 3 years. I was actually like one of the everyone else sucked at Spanish, but stop. All right, I'll stop. So right now, what I'm thinking is this is obviously an inverse, and I think we're bearish at the moment. You can see it kind of combined with this big star. So, right now, lower time frames bearish at the moment. Okay, we're probably gonna go hit this low. For the day, I really want this low. You can kind of see. So we should hit this low in a second, and we should hit this inefficiency. And then depending on the reaction to this inefficiency, use also 15 inverse. Depending on the reaction to this inefficiency, I'll see what happens. But you can kind of see in London at 315, we came really close to this low, but didn't hit it. So that's kind of my objective for now. And unless I see something that really changes, that's my objective for now. But if we look at a side-by-side chart of ES and then Q, I want you guys to notice something. If you paid attention from yesterday, I believe there's an SMT. Let me just verify. Um, yeah, so there was an SMT from yesterday. So from like right here to down here, okay, and from right here to right here. And usually when there's an SMT, we'll go down at the next low. Um, so that's why I kind of want that. But you have to notice that ES is, so we want that daily fair value gap on Q, obviously. Okay, so we want that daily fair value gap on, which is down here. Okay, but if we get the long setup from ES first, okay, because ES is already in the daily fair value gap. If we get the long setup from here first, I would not mind taking that at all. Okay. See, clearly ES is much weaker. Dow is S. Yeah, so there's probably an S. Yeah, I see it. So Dow is the weaker one as well. So Dow made a lower low too. And I said the other day that Dow is going to be the weakest in the C. Okay, and the reason why I think that is because if you look at the weekly chart, I marked this inverse on the weekly. Like, I've had this marked. So people in my premium stream, I've had this mark for I think 2 weeks now, or a week. Yeah, I think I've had this mark for 2 weeks. And I said we're at an order block here and an inverse. This is probably going to end up being the weakest just because there's so much resistance right here. But here's an order block. We rejected nicely off it. And then, so, John, I'm just going over kind of the buys right now. The trade setup was right here. I was not on a live stream. I want to see what happens. If we can close under this, I'm not gonna short right away if we close under this, okay? Because it's 15-minute time frame. But if we do close under, I'm gonna look for like another 1 minute setup, like most. My God, Leopard is a beast. Wow. Someone called out meta longs yesterday for options. Already hit the target. Well, one of the targets. You can see on meta. I actually said this a couple weeks ago, but I've been lately analyzing some stocks and they've been very nice. So you can see we had this really nice bullish rally gap on meta. Um, that was really clean. But you can see classic inverse BPR, right? And then even though we don't take sell side here, we kind of already redelivered from this fair value gap over here. Okay, we took the low right here. So I would say this is the rejection block. This is a rejection block. So we didn't have to hit that low. But we're bouncing off a higher time frame PD array, right? Here's a rejection block, and then we form this second setup to this high. So again, 6 more minutes of this candle close. Want to see if we close under this or not. Was anyone on this charts before our live stream, and did anyone actually catch this? Yeah, this is my model. Well, ICT's model, whatever. Rules surrounding it. I use MMXM a lot. What long setup would I be looking for? Right now, I'm not really looking for long setup. The only way I'd end up taking long is if we get a body close above this 15-minute fair value gap and we inverse this. That's the only way I'd be looking for long. And that's this 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, so I'm just going to go over, I'm going to make a YouTube video maybe today or tomorrow, and I'm just going to go over the different DPR and inverse. They're both very strong. But you lost right before, so you didn't take. Yeah, it's all good. As long as you saw it. There is news at 10, but I mean, I don't mind taking a trade if I see one right now. Going yeah. Do you consider the inverse 5 minutes already happened? No, this is already used. So this inversion was already used once. We hit this low. I'm not using it. Eli, there's only a 5-second delay. All right, all right. As soon as you hear me say type 1, I want to see how much delay this is, right? All right, I'm just going to time it out. Ready? All right, type 1. Okay, yeah, about 5 seconds. All right. Yeah, that's much faster than yesterday. Good to know. Okay, so 3 minutes till this candle close. Again, it's very important. Okay, I'm noting every single thing I see in my head. I'm noting, do we close above? Do we close below? Are we holding this for a value gap? How are we reacting out? Right? You have to note these things in your head. You don't have to write them down, but you just have to kind of note them and just see like, okay, what happens after. All right, if this is inverse and the 15-minute holds, I will try long. Where that? We check yes. Sure. Yes, not. They're pretty related at the moment. Let me check gold. So gold, I really wanted a long setup, from somewhere like right here, but we haven't really gotten any so far. To post some stuff to my. Someone sent a long setup the other day, overnight on gold that they took. Where was it? It was right. Oh, I see. It was right here. It, this. Yeah, they took this. Oh, they took it in the 3 minute. Oh, I see. So when they closed above in the 3 minute, they took it. And they just higher. That was really good. You always like people always ask about the stop loss on these plays. Like, I don't know. Really, you don't want us to wick under them. If we do, it's fine. If we do a little bit, but if you start seeing us wick way down, that's not good. Like, if you want a hard stop loss, just put it at like 3R or whatever you feel. Like, if it's close to like a really big stop loss, put it to like 3R, and just if we wick down and close above, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. In good price action, generally we will not do that, but you can put a hard stop loss like this instead of waiting for the close below. I just think waiting for the close below is smarter because I haven't gotten stopped out of plays. I know we're going to be right. Really up to you. Again, if you guys put your stream speed it up 2 times, you can catch up. It'll be like 3 or 5 second delay. Sir, I'm the best trader ever. Thank you. I think you're the best trader. Let me just check this real quick. So NQ, 4 more minutes till the candle close. We'll see if it closes above. If it closes above, I'm gonna long. I got a lot of work I need to do. Can you take a look at Bitcoin daily? Yeah, I can. If this does close over, where's the target? Or where's the not guaranteed target, but where's the market expected to go if we close over this high? Okay, the reason this high is because it's an intermediate term high inside this fair value gap. And the market always targets it. So if we close like this would be a very good long, at least up to this high. This is only 10 points though, so I don't know. Risk reward's not really too good. They could probably 1-to-1. We'll see if it closes above though. Um, I'm gonna say my strategy worked on this. Oh yeah, it did. Wait. What was the thing that the strategy worked on? Yeah, I'll go over the higher time frame bias again, John. I don't really have any, so I'm gonna make a YouTube video on how to actually tape read, like what I know. Oh, USD's JPY. He said, oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we took out this high. And the entry to me looks like, did you enter here? Or did you enter down here? I feel like I would have entered right here. I don't know. Maybe I would have entered. I can't say no because it's hindsight. Did you enter the first one or the second one? Yep, candle's about to close. Indeed. This will probably be my one play before the news. And then after the news, I'll see what happens. I'm never going to take 2 trades before news. One's enough. I really want a stronger candle close here. Okay, there it is. All right, so we're trying this. Gonna make my only play before the news comes out. Gonna try to hold to this high right here. I'm gonna put the stop to break even if we hit CE of this wick. So stop to break even if we hit right here. Does that make sense, everyone? Hopefully. What news? PMI. Yes, let's check. The ES looks like it didn't actually close above, but I mean that's fine. Hopefully ES can close above in the next 2 minutes to help the NQ position. I'm on live, Elon. All right, I'm gonna move my stop to break even here. Or I'm up to break even because we hit the CE. I'm not gonna sell any till right here. So I'm gonna let my stop get hit at break even, or I'm just gonna hit here, and I'm gonna sell everything here for 10 points, and I'll try to hold the runner till up here. But I don't know if we're gonna break this or not. So that's my kind of goal right now. Runner till right here, selling everything else here. Hopefully we can just accelerate up here. If not, I'll get stop break even. It's all good. My entry is at 15488.50, right when this candle closed I got in. So this is my stop loss. I'll just mark it out so you can see. Completely fine if you get stopped here. We have news. I'm not trying to mess with a high risk play here, okay, because of the news. Again, this is going to be my only trade before the news, most likely. gonna make this green so it's easy to see. How do you choose an extra on liquidity? I'm making a video on that. It's a lot of it's just screen time. Screen time just part of it. Hey, let's go. All right. I'm gonna slap if I get happy, I'm slapping myself in the cheek. You can't get happy. Only a select few will know what I'm referencing here. All right, so we just hit the first we just hit the first target. It's this high right here, and it's a swing high, okay? So it is an important high. Obviously I'm gonna try to hold till here, but if you look closely, I mean, technically this is a swing high. This is the first target. Now you really want to have your stop to break even. If you don't have your stop to break even right now, I don't know what you're doing. You're executing it wrong. You really need to have your stop to break. But see, there's a difference in 1 point. So I mean, you could scale here if you want. I'm staying in, but it's up to you. This is we're up 10 points at the moment. Yes, Anthony knows what I'm talking about. I see how this is still an obvious swing high here. It's only like a 1 point difference from here. I'd love for this high to be hit. Now again, like I said, I'm going to hold one runner. Okay, I'm holding one runner here. See. Now. We hit the high again. I'm kind of noting this. I'm like, okay, we keep hitting this internal high. We need to just accelerate through it. All right, boom. All right, I'm out. Everything here besides one runner. Got it? Everything here besides a runner. I'm going to hold a runner till up here. So, very good trade so far. Hopefully this runner hits. I don't know if this runner's going to hit or not because I want to be bearish. So that's why I'm out of everything here. Type 1 if you took that. I learned that. I made that very clear. You guys all should have taken that. Okay, that was literally the model I teach. If you did not take that, you need more screen time. Okay, so I'm holding one runner here. Again, I don't know if this runner's going to hit, but I feel like the risk reward isn't bad. But again, very good play to start off the day. So 1 for 1 now. Awesome that y'all took that. Hey, what's up, Dave? Dave, did you just catch that long? Oh wait, I don't even think you know. But Dave is shout out to Dave. He's a goat. Follow him on Twitter. Dave teaches. He's been making my boy stoic and deeming lately. Again, so in that situation, again, I got in there as I said I got in. Okay, said I got in when we close over. Okay, I know this is an internal high, but I held to the green line, left my stop loss. Okay, did I have any emotion? Not really. Didn't really. Just let it hit my stop at break even or take profit. Right? You just gotta let it do what it does. And now for the runner, I'm fully expecting to get my runner stop to break even. I don't really care if I get stopped out for my runner, but I think it's worth to try to hold up to this high. So pretty good. 1 for 1 to start the day. My last free stream I had, I think I was 0 for 2 to start. And then I ended up getting 4 or 5 wins after. And I very rarely go 0 for 2. I almost never go 0 for 2. My win rate's very high. So That was definitely good for me. Thoughts on EU? Yeah, let me check EU real quick. So Euro higher time frame is bearish. Okay, we're in a market maker sell model down to this low. Okay, right here we're gonna go to this low. This is sell side. However, on the lower time frame, I'm looking for like a small retracement. On the lower time frame, I'm short term like bullish. Whether we go here or there, and then I'll be bearish again. For now, I'm looking for like a decent size retracement. But this is definitely a market maker sell model down to this. Yeah, just lower time frame. I do see we got equal lows here. Do have equal lows here. Let me. See, nothing really obvious at the moment. I was gonna say like, if we close beneath this, look for the equal lows, but I can't say that because we also have this in the way. So nothing obvious in the 15-minute. Nothing I play right now in the 15. If we, I know what I would play. If we hit these equal lows, or they're relative equal, not perfect equal, and we go inside this fair value gap and then get a long setup, I would 100% long that. So a bearish fair value gap down to this. Okay. And I'd long the inversion there. Like something like that. If we pick out these lows. Even if you, so guys, even if you didn't take that alert, even if you didn't take that alert and you come to my stream not planning on taking alerts, that is, I love that because I want you to learn from my alerts. Okay, that is another thing. You should be, if you're not taking them, please be learning from them. So again, no more trades until 10. If Dave is still in here, he probably wouldn't like me saying that because I'm sure price action is going to be fine. But I mean, in 1-for-1, I'm just gonna wait for the PMI now. So, again, my runner. I'm actually gonna move my runner stop up a little bit. I'm gonna move it like right here. So if we hit right here, let me stop. All right. So if we hit this red line, my runner's gonna get stopped to break even. Well, a little higher than break even. The only reason I'm doing that is just because of commissions, just in case. But you guys can see like right here, see why I scale everything here besides the runner? It's because I know this is going to be a huge spot to reject if the bias is bearish because it's an intermediate term high inside a fair value gap. So I know it's going to just be a major spot, and that's why I usually scale most here. Besides just a runner right now. I am watching this, so this tiny fair value gap. If this closes fair value gap and closes above that, that'd help my runner a little bit. But again, I don't have any emotions right here. I don't care if I get south of or. Yes, exactly, Trevor. If the bias is bearish, this will not be closed above in the 5. Like this we'll go just straight down here again. All right, I'm most definitely gonna get south to break even here again. Completely fine. Need a miracle happen. We need Biden to say something. We need J Powell to pump the market. So I'm actually gonna. So I'm just gonna do this. This is something I do in tape reading, okay? And this is something that I still study myself. So I'm actually gonna see if we close over this top fair value gap. will that mean we violate this one and just go right to these lows? Okay, that's kind of my hypothesis here. So I'm gonna try to guess yes, and the only reason is because with this high right here, we purchase high. So I'm gonna guess we are gonna have no inspection of this, and I think we're just gonna go right to these. Again, I'm just testing this theory. I'm not actually taking it, but I'm basically saying, okay, if we close beneath this, we will close beneath this and hit these lows. So this is what I do in tape reading. I'm just gonna kind of note what happens here, just for the future maybe. No, I entered literally when we closed above. So I literally entered. So for everyone who just came to stream, I already learned how to play. I longed right here. I said it loud and clear. Okay. Right. And then instant 10 points up the century term high. Dude, I think you have one of the most consistent setups I've seen every day trading. Inverse model. Yeah, dude. Dude, the inverse model, dude, like if I've gone 0 for 2 once using the inverse model. Other than that, I've never lost 2 times in a row. I don't like in the last since I've used it for the last 3 months ever. Like it is very rare occurrence. Like if you know how to use the inverse model, like how I teach, dude, you will not lose that much. And like that's not even me being cocky. That's just how good the model is. I can't control it. It's just the market. So good, so good. I haven't really tested Casper's, but Dave, if you're still in here, there's someone who sent me a screenshot. He had 21 trades, 100% win rate with the inverse model, and he passed in an eval. And it was like a couple weeks ago he sent me it, and I'm like, just damn. Yeah, exactly. I'm playing against the guys who short this fair value gap, but you gotta realize, like, from an ICT perspective, we shouldn't short this fair value gap. Why should we not short this fair value gap in the first place? And why are ICT noobs probably shorting this? Why are the new ICT traders shorting a fair value gap like this? And why is it wrong? We already took the low, yep. And one thing, and the other, there's one more thing that's very, very key. We took this low, but again, I could argue, oh, we took this low. We took this low, so we don't short. Or I could argue we took any low, so we don't short. Oh, we took this low, so we don't short. Right? But this short works. Right? This short works, but I could argue, oh, we took this low. So what's the other argument here? To even though we took this low, what's the other argument? Yes, exactly. So Mass Mill Boss said it. We are delivering from a 15-minute fair value gap. And did the body hold this? Yes, it did. That's the important part. The body held it. And because that body holds this fair value gap, okay, I know if we inverse the 1 minute or 5 minute or the lower time frame inverse that we have, this one right here, I know if we inverse that, we're going to hit the next intermediate term high inside this fair value gap. Okay. If the market targets inefficiencies and highs and lows, well, this is a high and it's an inefficiency. So, oh yeah, you're Discord. Well, that makes sense. So sometimes when there's more than one inverse, you can have each of them delivering from different PD arrays. Which one do you take in that case? I just don't touch it. I only touch it if it's really obvious. This was extremely obvious to me. Single inverse, the body held a 15-minute fair value gap. I only touch it when it's obvious. And somehow I was not stopped there. If we open like this, I'll probably get stopped. Again, so that's the really important thing. A lot of people don't realize, like, you have to understand the higher time frame, where the body, if the body holds above or below. Once I see that body made of the value gap, I know if I see a 5-minute inverse, I know if this gets close above, we're gonna hit the eye. Okay, again, that's just had a lot of screen time with this. I know where the market has to go if we do this. I know where the market has to do where the market has to go if we do something else, right? I know every single scenario. I know what's going to happen in every single scenario based on whatever happens. Okay, and it's only with this model. I can't say I can do that with the 2022 model. I have not used it enough, but it's just this inverse model I've studied so much, and I've obviously you can't ever master anything, but I've mastered this model to know what to do in every single. I talked about that in my YouTube video the other day. If you don't have a model where you can't know what's going to happen in every single scenario, then you probably need to study that model more. Yes, I agree, Dave. Dave, I actually didn't know. Like, I asked. So I'm in a group chat with Stoic, and he's been showing me like his executions based off what you taught, and like I didn't realize you actually use supply and demand, like not hard supply and demand, like kind of those zones, and then you base that market structure off of those. I had no idea. I thought you were just strictly ICT, but whatever you do works great because his executions are. The one thing I do want to look more into for sure is I'm assuming there's a good person in here that knows how it works, but the retracement to the 50% of the range thing, I think that's important to understand. So there's order blocks and there's supply and demand black howling. SMC supply and demand, those are order blocks, but there's like actual supply and demand that's not an order block. Half the supply and demand videos on YouTube are trash. All right, probably gonna get stopped out here for the runner. Totally fine. Okay, good trade, anyways. Okay, so stopped out right there. Throw my position to close real quick. So stopped out my runner there. Very good trade. Already starting off 1-for-1. My goal is probably to get at least 2 more wins if I can, and I'll probably be done. But you can just see I sold right at the top there. Okay, right at the top, right? Because I know what happens if the buy is not bullish here. I know that. That's why I sell every position. I didn't sell half my position. I didn't sell a quarter of my position. I sold everything besides a runner here. Okay, because I knew there's a good chance of us rejecting this. Seen it so much. I would, yes, you should definitely learn the 2022 mentorship before you try my strategy because you're not going to understand the fundamentals. Not going to understand the fundamentals. Just a single contract. There's stuff that I'm not telling you guys that I'm kind of just noting in my head that I've learned from the mentorship that I just kind of know. Like, where are we in the range, right? We're in discount right now. Okay? This from like closely from like here to here, we're in the bottom of the range, right? So like I know closer down we get here, right? It's probably dumb to short. That's why I just chose that long instead. But there's other stuff that I've learned that I think it's good to have good background knowledge. You don't need to know everything. Like I don't really use rejection blocks that much. I understand what a rejection block is hindsight, but I don't really use them in live time very much. There's like other small stuff I don't really use that much. Like I don't use IPDA ranges. But I used to try to use breaker blocks, but there's too much misinformation or breaker blocks in my opinion on Twitter and stuff, and I don't really like to teach them because there's too much I don't really know what to say. Too much confusion around them. I understand what a breaker block is and I can identify a breaker block just fine, but then people ask me questions like, "Oh, is this a breaker block?" when maybe it's not a swing low and it's not, but technically it's a reclaimed order block. Like, it's just too much confusion. I do TBG. I really haven't traded mine in a little bit. I just been trading my personal. Eugene, I alerted a play already. I'd alerted along. Worked out. Other than that, I'm watching this 15-minute fair value gap right here. This is kind of determining my bias at the moment. If we close under here, I'm going to look for a short down to this low. But other than that, really nothing. Hourly inverse. Oh, she didn't see it. So Leopard did point out there's an. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. The only reason I don't like this hourly inverse, I mean, I'm still gonna note it and kind of see, like, if we close above it on the hourly in 45 minutes, yeah, that's. I mean, this is an order block right here in the 4-hour, and it's a pretty textbook one too. So I'm kind of actually gonna have this order block marked. But I think the higher time frame is gonna trump this 1-hour inverse, if that makes sense. So I don't really like this inverse right now. And if you really think about it, I already took a long off that inverse, right? I already took a long right here. But I don't know. I think the 4-hour order block's gonna trump that inverse, and just we're still very high in the range, and I would love if we. So the two key levels I'm watching right now is this mean threshold of this 4-hour order block. I see upward. All right, you can see we're back in the inverse right here. What's wrong with this inverse now? What's wrong with it? If you're in my premium, do not answer this because you probably know what's wrong with it. It's obvious. More focused to the people who are not in it. Yes, exactly. We already took the internal high. Okay, the internal high being this high right here. So if this works, do we care? Nope, not at all, because no, this is not a good setup anymore. We already took this inverse. I took it right here when this candle closed above. Okay, so I don't care about this anymore. So does everyone understand? Wait one second. So does everyone understand? By the way, for people who, so some people in my Discord are saying like they didn't get the retracement here. Okay, because this candle only closed. This candle closed about 2 points above this. That is still fine risk reward. Right? That's just the difference of I don't have to put a limit here because that's still fine risk reward. if we really take a look at this, right, I got in right there, and we put the risk down here, it's still almost it's a 1.75 R, and we aren't really expecting us to retrace down here anyways. So, I mean, it's still a good risk reward. It's obviously 2.5 ish if you get down here, but I mean, 1.75 still not bad. Again, this is you don't do anything in right here. You just wait. Open is in 10 minutes, so see what happens. Gotta be patient. So Euro, we did close beneath this. Okay, so I'm just testing my theory to see if because we close below this, we go below this. Something I'm gonna note. Okay, just for maybe future purposes, future reference. I don't think we're gonna get set up in gold after this. See, these are kind of the candles on gold that's telling me, okay, yeah, there's no way we're bouncing from, because we have seen absolutely zero respection of this. This is more telling me we're gonna go down to the low right here. Not really interested in shorting down here. All this kind of shit, but the fact that we really just violate these and we see no respection of this whatsoever, just tell me this sell model goes low. And you can hop on the train if you want, but kind of low here. All right, let me go back to NQ. Okay, so again, this worked. Do I care? Nope, not at all, because this is not my model. We already took the intermediate term high. I don't care about this. Again, we know it's confirmed this low will hit when we close below this. Okay, we know that's confirmed. But I'm going to see if maybe we close below this. We know before we close below this. That's kind of what I'm noting here. So I know if we close below this, we'll go hit these lows. But at that point, the risk reward is just terrible. Which is why I prefer a singular fair value gap setup, which in this case, there's not a singular fair value gap. And if I go to the higher time frame, there's no fair value gap. Well, there is actually. But there's no fair value gap down here. Watch. The other condition I'm kind of watching here is if we do close above this 5 minute right here. If we do close above this 5 minute, we should go up to highs right here. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds till the candle closes. I'm not taking another trade till the noon, so I'm just tape reading this one. Yes, sir, Tim. Can I look at YM? Yeah. I don't really see much in YM. Inside of here. I think YM's gonna go to this low down here. Not straight away, but Looks like a clean sell model. You can see this was violated as well. All right, this was closed under. Where's the next swing low? Right here. So we violate this. Next swing low down here. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll check the Bitcoin daily. I don't trade crypto. I don't touch it. Just sometimes to look at it. Oh, this is extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. I'm almost certain we're gonna go to this low. I am certain we're gonna go to this low. This is like a very nice setup. So you can just see clear rejection from this with a confirmation BPR right here. We might not even trade back up in here, but this is very bearish, at least till this low. Yeah, dude, this is so bearish. If we don't hit this low, I'll quit trading. It's just a very nice weekly BPR rejection. Okay. This is the obvious target at the moment. Still about $1,000 more to go. If I see this setup on ES, this is one of those setups where, yeah, we're weighing the discount. You shouldn't short, but this is one of those setups where I'll short at this on ES or NQ or whatever if I see it. All right, so the NQ gap closed above. I'm not longing this. Okay, I'm not touching this. I already took the long. I'm gonna wait for the news at this point. It opens in 5 minutes. Okay, just tape reading this. Just want to be clear. Okay, there's not really any specific reason why I'm not longing this. It's not really, so my model is really right here. The problem with this setup is right here, we closed above, and yeah, some people might think this might. We really didn't purge any low, and we really didn't bounce off a higher time frame PD array. And the only reason I say that is because this PD array right here was already used by this candle. So I want to consider us really delivering from a higher time frame PD array to make this work. But again, I already said I'm not taking it. I'm not taking a trade till the news comes out at this point. Let's see what ES is doing. ES looks awful right now. This is awesome. Awesome price action. Man, I feel bad for ES traders. This is like horrible. Look at quarterly. What's quarterly? 3 months? Oh, yeah, this is bearish. Want to know what the greatest long would be in the world? If we inverse this this. If we inverse that'd mean we're going up. I don't know. Is there any inverse setups on any Forex I should know about right now? I wish I had an inversion setup on any four. Like, there's so many pairs I miss. Not to be rude, but why watch this guy on ICT still makes videos? Because I'm ICT's son. I'm his son and I'm his dad and for your inversion model, will you look? Yes, if you ever DM me a setup in Discord or you ever shoot me DM saying, "Dodgy, this is a good setup," and you're showing me the lower time frame. Let's say you just go in the middle of nowhere, right down here, and you say, "Is this a good long?" The first question I'm probably gonna ask you is, Are we sitting in a higher time frame fair value gap to the left? That's always going to be like an inversion, anything. That's going to be the first question I ask you, because if we are, then yes, it will probably be a good long setup. Okay. That's the first question I always ask people. Very important and always increase. Do I need any other ICT up 20? Nah, if you want to learn my strategy, watch the 2022 mentorship. Definitely watch it. You need some fundamentals. You need some background knowledge for sure. So yeah, watch that. All right, 1 more minute to open. ICT tells you the trade after it already happens. That's not really he doesn't though. He if you look, pay attention to his Twitter, he tells us before. Some people just don't understand it. Because he always said, oh, mark buy side, then we dump. He's like, oh, mark sell side. But it's like sometimes he says buy side here, but there's not really a long entry versus we'll inverse something, then get a short entry, and then we'll know. Like, I don't know. It's so advanced. There's been times I switch my mind in like under 5 minutes based on what I think. Just because I see a single candle that kind of changes my mind. All right, so the body did close above this, so my guess is we're just gonna pump to here, and do not long this. Please do not long this. Okay, this is open. I'm not playing this. I'm just seeing what I see. Okay, the body held above this, so that's what I see right now. Okay, I could very well be wrong. Yeah, still looks like trash. So just don't play this. So far, it looks like I'm wrong. Again, I don't really care because I'm not trading this. I'm just watching. Okay, I do not care until news comes out at 10. Okay, just want to make that very clear. There's still 4 minutes till this candle close, so a lot of time. Again, remember what I said about this 15-minute fair value gap. Close beneath this for a short setup down to these lows. Yeah, just gonna sit on the 5-minute right now. See what happens. You don't remember, the body could still end up holding this. Still a lot of time. Yeah, I stream daily in my Discord. It's for paid members, obviously, $35 a month, but I try to do free streams every once and then. All right. And just watching. I know I sound like ICT, and I know half of you are feeling to take a trade right now, but can't do anything right now. The important thing to note here is there's still 3 minutes till this candle close. If this candle still closes above, I still think we're going to this high. That's like, there's still a lot of time for this candle. A lot of time. Could get an SMT. Low. So already we should go hit this high. Just based off this reaction. 2 minutes. We just wicked all the way down there. Body's still holding above. This makes sense. Not taking it, just watching. Gonna see the reaction off this. I'm assuming the candle is just gonna close over at this point. It's never good. If you're actually trying to enter a position, don't assume. Okay, don't assume. Two minutes before the candle actually closes, do not assume and take a long entry because there's still 2 minutes left. Everything could change here. Okay. See, now I'm probably wrong again. Fine, I'm just tapering it. Okay, never assume. Watch. Again, 2 points of interest right now are this 15-minute fair value gap and this fair value gap right here. If we close under, versus if we hold this, That's two different things. Yes, 10 a.m. news. Where can we learn more about my setup? I have a video called Inversions, whatever, how to play up. All right. Not buy side. So it looks like this is going to close below. Why didn't I long when the previous candle closed above? Because I already longed this to this intermediate term high. This setup is not really obvious. Close above, like, and we have news in 25 minutes. So I don't. One thing I will look for down here is with all this volatility, we'll get like a giant wick down, and then we'll just go back up. Giant wick down, and then go back up. And I look to see if these create equal lows. Because if I see something like this, I know on that wick back up, we're gonna continue to go down. That's another thing I note when I tape read. So like I know we're probably gonna blast through this now, and that wick back up was nothing. Just because we are this wick down was we did make equal lows here. So that's a kind of another thing I kind of note or keep in mind. Price. Still not anything. Any chance to take out previous day low, then head for buy side? I want to take out previous day low and more, and then go. I want that daily fair value gap. Sorry, there's a lot of chats. Can you make a hierarchy between concepts? I'll just say very simply, it goes BPRs, inverse fair value gaps, fair value gaps. And then probably order blocks. And just watching here, it's obviously not buy side anymore. Or, well, it is buy side, it's just probably not the draw. So again, you can see right there, when we back up there, right, you could just see in live time on this wick back up, I know we're going to go down again because when we wick down here, we made those equal lows. I now know they're going to be taken out. Okay. That's again just another thing that's good to tape read. Maybe not trade, but tape read. So I think this is going to end up being sell side now. I think this is going to be actual draw. Okay. I'm gonna sell this low still. And again, I kind of already explained why earlier because low came so close, but and you just watching for now. I'm really just waiting for the news. I'm not actually gonna enter anything till the news comes out. If I do enter anything, I'm already 1 for the day, so could be my only trade. We'll see. If I see an inverse model when the news comes out, that'll be perfect. The only potential inverse model I see is to the long side at the moment. Not really interested in going up there. Check euro. Yes, I want the daily fair value. Oh, wow. So euro almost at the low, but didn't. But the candle never even closed below. So you can see this body held. Again, you did get a pretty decent move after this. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I want to see what happens. Um, so right now we have a potential, okay, quote unquote, SMT. But when do I actually care about the SMT? Why do I not care about this at the moment? You can tell me. Yeah, it's because there's that, even though there's an SMT here, potential SMT, there's not really a long setup yet. Now, let's say this SMT holds and then we violate this. That would be a long setup. But until that happens, there's no long setup. So if this gets closed as a fair value gap when we violate that, assuming it'd be after the new. Watching price here. Would be the short setup for me right now. They're really not really anything. Not really. The only setup I see in the works is this 5-minute fair value gap right here. The only setup I see in the works. The really good short setup here for now because there's not really any good inverse here. Not really an obvious inverse if you really look closely. Nothing here. One up here, but cool. We're just gonna have to wait for like this is what I look for. I always draw this out, but I look for some structure, bullish fair value gap. That bullish fair value to be violated, and then I just short. Until I see something like this, can't really enter anything. Why did I draw this black line though? You know what this black line is? Zero. I'm not even gonna try to predict because I'm gonna try to predict and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're wrong about the news." Yeah, so this is an order block, and I just marked this because this tells me that we're bearish as long as we stay below this. This is just telling me the order flow. It may not be an entry, but it's telling me the order flow, and this is saying order flow is bearish. Okay, because we're holding that. Wait, is this? Oh wait, yeah, you're right. It's a propulsion block. You're right. It's a propulsion block because this was the order block right here. Propulsion block. Good eye. Christian, I have in many videos. I'm not gonna take the time to explain it now because that's gonna be a lot, but watch my videos on it. Type in Dodgy's DD inverse fair value gap. It was in 20 minutes still. See, this is one of those fair value gaps where you're gonna see some ICT traders short this. Okay, but to me, it's not the high probability because we already took out all this low, like all these lows. And I don't like that. I like when if I go in the replay mode, I'll just show you what I like better. I like when we don't take out this low and then retrace to the fair value gap. I'll take that every time because I know we're probably at least going to go to internal liquidity. Like I know if I'm wrong about going to this low, I know at least we're going to do this. But you can see like in this situation, look very carefully, we've already taken out so many lows where I'm not going to trust this for a short. Okay. I'll tape read it, but I'm not entering it. We've taken out too many. Now, if we get a bullish fair value gap up here and then we violate that bullish fair value gap, then I'll take the short. So far, I don't see any right here, though. Yes, exactly, Dave. And if you really zoom out and look at the 15-minute, last 5 candles haven't been great. Still this watching. This fair value, all this fair value gap is telling me is the order flow at this time. First one. Yeah, you're right. So we just inverse this 1 minute, but we've not inversed the 5. Again, like I said, if we inverse this 5 minute, because so I'm just gonna take that back here. There's a 1 minute and there's a 5 minute. The higher time frame is always going to be more important, and because these line up, yes, this is inverse. You can take an aggressive entry here. Be my guest, but it's more safe to wait for the 5 minute to close above. Okay, and it looks like this 5 minutes going to close above, and we're not going to get the entry. Okay, because if we close above and hit this high at the same time, that's no entry for us, because this would be our target if we close above here right now. So I always tell people, you can be aggressive and take these setups. Just don't go too heavy into this, because you're gambling that you're going to break the 5 minute fair value gap. Does that make sense? Jokas, you're kind of gambling that that 5 minutes going to break when it really hasn't yet. And that's when you can add other confirmation, like, yeah, this is an SMT long it or whatever. But like, that's where other high ICT concepts come into play. So again, it looks like, so we already hit this high. So now if we close over this, it doesn't matter because we already hit the internal target. The main thing to understand here is why this fair value gap fails. Okay, just it fails, and I don't like to take it because we already took out so much of this liquidity pool where I don't trust this for a short, and why I would rather use it for an inverse. Yeah, just tape reading, 15 more minutes till news. You can see now we close above this. Now we close above this, but we hit the internal high at the same time, so it doesn't make sense to take whatsoever. And what do you notice? The body held this. Kind of crazy. So the body did end up holding that. Pretty bullish. I think we're going to go to this higher now just because the body did kind of set. You guys get the point. 4 equal highs on ES. You can see right here. Whenever I see this, I know we're still bullish because when you see ES leave all these equal highs up here, especially like 4 or 5 of them, pretty significant. So if we go back, if you replay my stream, I kind of had this marked as buy side before. And then I said if we close beneath this, I had this marked as sell side. And then what do you notice? The body, after all that 10 minutes, after we waited 10 minutes, the body ends up just holding that 15-minute fair value gap, and then we go hit buy side. That's why you can never assume. So even though we wicked way down in the 5-minute, the 15-minute ended up holding it, and then we went to buy side. That's why you always have to wait for the candle close. Who's in 15 minutes? Yeah, I know. I keep moving myself away from the mic. Bad. It's when I look away from the mic. What are your guys' PMI predictions? You think this is SMT because yeah, I mean, so Jacob said, do I think this is an SMT right here? So see how ES took this high, or NQ took this high, but ES didn't. Yes, this is an SMT, short, long story short, but you don't really get a lot of SMTs with 4 equal highs sitting. typically SMTs will just be two, like a pair of equal highs. That doesn't make sense, but just one pair, like one equal highs. So I just don't like. Yes, is an SMT. Okay, speaking from just objectively, but I don't know. I don't really. It's against our rules to short with this, because there's 4 equal highs, and very rarely will you ever see an SMT with 4 equal highs. Again, it won't matter when PMI comes out in 10 minutes, anyways. But I'm 21, Shane. Actually, I thought PMI was at 10. Yeah, so I actually, if you guys are new here, I have a rule where I don't long with equal lows below, and I don't short with equal highs at above. And that's a big rule. That's one of my first rules I ever taught people. Unless it's like unless it's like a giant SMT, I don't not do that. So like, there's 4 equal highs up here. It's really against my rules to short. Even though I want to be bearish here, it's against the rules to short because there's 4 equal highs. Just I don't like that. They leaked it on the other site. All right, well, it's probably a fake leak then. We'll see if it's right or not. We still have 10 more. Body still held us, so it looks like because the body held us, looks like this is not going to work. Again, this is why I just note this for future, because I always say if there's a singular fair value gap, that's the best setup. If there's 2, don't touch it, because you can see even though we close below this one, we don't close above this one, and the body ends up holding, and we just bounce all the way back up. So, one, there's going to be execution problems if you try to take fair value gaps that are a double fair value gap. And 2, it's not going to go to your target half the time. So, that was just a tape read I did. I kind of expected that to happen, but I just wanted you guys to see it. Just because this is what I used to do when I first started looking at this stuff. This is something I noticed. And this is really the reason why I teach don't use double inverse fair value gaps, because you don't know how to execute them. You can once in a while, but like this specific setup is just, it's not easy. What's up, Antonio? Again, I do not trust this short with these equal highs sitting up here. Against our rules. So far, price has not been as good as. So shout out to Levi. I'm just gonna listen to my Levi just posted. He took this entry right here. Very nice entry. He did long that inverse on the 1 minute. The only reason I didn't is because I knew there was news. I already was 1 for 1. I probably would have tried it if there wasn't news, but he did take that. Good job to him. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'm basically took this one. And with the SMT, I totally get the reasoning behind that. Okay, we should take out these highs. Should take out well on 2. The SMT. So it's ISM at 10. Okay, ISM at 10, PMI was. I don't know. ICT said PMI at 10. Did he not? Okay, dude. All right, my chat does not know what's going on, apparently. Chat, you're setting me up for failure, dude. All right, let's just say it's IPI. We'll call it IPI is coming out of 10. IPSMI. How about that? So we got IPSMI at 10 o'clock. Let's go. Six more minutes. And my main focus for you guys right now is make sure you're picking up all this stuff I'm teaching right now, because all this stuff I'm saying is important. Every single thing I've said in stream so far this whole morning has been very important. Yes, it's red folder. That's all that matters. I totally agree. I actually somewhat disagree with that. There's some red folder newses I'll still trade before. Like, for example, today I traded before the red folder news. Why? Because I don't really think ISM or PMI is that impactful. Okay, especially like if you're trading at 8:30. However, if it's FOMC or CPI, I will not take a trade the day before then, because price will be really bad. All right, news in 5 minutes. Not trying to predict this. This could get wrecked through. This could bounce off of. If this is in normal market conditions, I will say this wouldn't be bad long. But if there's 6 more minutes till news, just please wait. If you want to try demoing it, you can. But again, that's in normal market conditions. Okay, we have a 2-minute inverse there. But again, do not touch this. We have news. Do not touch anything. Okay. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yes. No, do not touch anything, please. Nothing. On a eval or live count or whatever. 5 more minutes of news. Wait till it comes out. The only reason I haven't marked is because it's a 2-minute beep, inverse beep. Well, it's not. Inverse BPRs probably don't exist, but I mean, it's BPR. I bet you. Okay, so watch this. What would be the confirmation entry? The confirmation entry would be if this 1 minute's inversed. Right here. This would be the confirmation entry. If we close above that, I know we're going to go to this high. So honestly, I'd actually take this on eval. If we close above this, I'd try long eval. Funded? Definitely not. Or personal? Definitely not. And also we still got these equal highs up here, so we know if ES goes to these. Again, I'm not trying to predict the news. Just please stay away, please. I know there's gonna be someone saying, "Oh, you tried to predict buy side there, and we didn't go to buy side." Okay, I'm not trying to predict anything. I don't care what happens when the news comes out. I'm just stating what I see. This is what I see right now. I see equal highs. I do not short with equal highs above. The potential inverse. If we close above this, I'll try a micro on my eval account for fun. It's not gonna do shit for me, but just for fun if we close above it. You're short yesterday. Yes, the bias is not clear yet. It will be when. Mm-mm. All right, Sahel trades. What's your Discord? You're getting banned. Y'all should start an eval account from Apex and just take news plays only. See how you do. That'd be good. That'd be interesting. Someone who claims to predict news. Can you actually be profitable if you can predict news? That would be the account. Am I the only trader in my cord? No, there's about 300 other traders in my cord that joined. Can you hedge here? I don't know, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen. You can do what you want. If we close above, if we close above this, I'm gonna try one micro on an eval account. It's not gonna do anything for me, really. If I win or lose, it's not gonna do. It's just for fun, but. Yeah, every single person who joins my Discord is a signal bot. If you join my premium Discord, you're required to live stream one time a month. And if you give a losing play, you're kicked out automatically. Yeah, Shane, I know what you mean. No, there's me. There's a guy named Leopard. Leopard's in here, and then Levi. Okay. He'll go live sometime. So I'd say about 3 or 4. And then there's other decent. There's other profitable. Okay, there's the news. There's other profitable traders in chat with a lot of experience who are pretty good. All right, based off this reaction, I think we're gonna go for these lows. I'm not too late now. Try to chase back on my, but there's PMI for you. We did not get the long entry over that 1 minute inverse. That was the only way I was gonna enter. Do I chase this? Again, that's why you don't try to predict news, right? I wasn't really trying to predict in the first place. The only thing I really said about that is if we close above this, I would long, but that did not happen. Therefore, is there any long? Nope. The only reason I think this sell side is going to hit is because we got so close to it before. And when we get this close, especially in London, to a previous day low, we usually go back down and hit it. Does that make sense, everyone? Why I think this is sell side? And there it is. Please tell me that makes sense. Hello, Russian name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Typically I do chase that, but I'm on. There's 360 people here, so I'm not do a chase on stream today. But immediately off that reaction, that candle, I knew that would be sell side. Or not. Obviously that's sell side from before, but I knew that'd be the draw. And again, I kind of called that out earlier. It's just it didn't really give us an opportunity because look, we closed below this fair value gap, and when we did, we hit sell side at the same time. So really no opportunity for it there. So there's news. I still want this low. Unfortunately, those equal highs were left there. I hate that, but times that. Really no good. Dude, I want to chase so bad, but I'm not. Ugh. All right, there's that. So no SMT anymore. Not getting the SMT tells me we're probably going to go. Yes, now I can hunt for the silver bullet. You know some of ICT concepts, but you do not know all of ICT concepts. I know most of them. The delay is 5 seconds. Sorry, my mic's cut my enough. So now we've dumped so far that the only silver bullet I'd even think about taking is a long, but We'll see how this 1 minute reacts. We could get a long back up to here. Yes, I agree. You only need to know one ICT counts to be profitable. I totally. You're a private charter student? I have about 5 private charter students or former private charter students in my Discord, so and they do not say that. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say to me. Yeah, I know. Who cares? I'm probably better than some of them. Even though I don't, trading is not a competition. I don't care. So what I'm watching now is, are we going to displace below this low? So far, no. Okay, so meaning if we do get a long setup here, wouldn't be bad to take. Ultimately, I think we're just going to go into this for rally gap. That's what I'm thinking right now. And I want this low. That's what I want. Yeah, bro. See, this is where this sucks because it's so low to short now. The only way I would have shorted if we... See, this is what's going to happen sometimes. Sometimes this is just going to happen. I have my condition, this 15-minute frame rally gap, and I say if we close under it, we're going to go to this low. Sometimes we close under it and hit the low at the same time. You really can't do anything about that. And hopefully that you're learning a lot here. And also, there's this SMT here, which supports my thesis for still going down to this low. Still about 40 points away from the sell side. So, I mean, still a decent amount of opportunity. If this opens as a fair value gap, or gets opened as fair value gap, okay, this is what I'm going to look for. Inverse head and shoulders. No, I'm just kidding. Right here. This is what I'll be interested in if we get this. Okay, does this make sense? I know we're probably going to go down to the sell side, but if we get this, I'll try short. I don't know if we're going to get it. Please just. Even though I want sell side, I hate when we just go straight down here. Sucks. There's still hope. Oh, wow. So Euro did hit that low. So look closely. So Euro, we hit the low a day. So what do we look for? We look for a 5-minute inverse here. Go to the 5-minute. This 5-minute inverse is actually huge. So again, not a super good setup. This is huge. Maybe we get like a... Yeah, this is just... maybe if we get like a 15-minute inverse, you could look for a 15-minute inverse instead of a 5-minute off a Euro because we did hit the low day. But this would be the model. Hit low day, look for that 15-minute inverse. So you just gotta wait like another 30 minutes to see how this plays out, and then if inverse it you long. Yes, Anthony, that's the number one thing. Like if I see this, I expect this to happen. Really, my condition this morning was all based off this 15-minute fair value gap right here. I just based my bias off of one single fair value gap this. But unfortunately, it was held above and then it was closed below, and you hit the low at the same time. So really, no entry opportunity there. And again, like I said, that's gonna happen. And there's gonna be times where you're looking for the inverse model, and we close below it, and we also hit the low at the same time, just like this. Okay, you can't do anything about it. Wait for the next setup. I always wonder, like, how many. If I went long here, like, what are the chances we don't retrace at least like 10 points if I went longer? I don't know. I feel like any shorting here is just gonna get wrecked. We just dump so much. Bound to get at least a retracement here. Nice, David. This is where he started playing Jeopardy music. Do do do. Why that POI and yes? No specific reason. It's OTE, so, and it just looked like OTE from it, so that's kind of why. Yes, it does, John. And the other reason, this is a little more advanced. It looks the best, and that's just from screen time. I don't know. It looks the best. I totally agree with that. I can't explain it other than it looks the best. And by it looks the best, meaning from screen time experience, I've seen us hit just this specific fair value gap so much. Usually the draw. And the other thing is the other thing is if I think NQ is gonna come down and hit this low, and NQ moves about 30 more points down, okay, then where would I expect to be ES? I'd expect ES to be somewhere in here. Does that make sense? How I kind of do that 3D analysis? Does that make sense? Okay, so if I think NQ is going to go to this low, then ES should, in ballpark, should be somewhere around here. Yo, Junior's the GOAT. Wait, did Junior just delete his messages? Can't see them anymore. Bro, ICT is 81 PD arrays. Yeah, so yeah, Sonny. Again, it's just that idea of if I think ES is going to go to this low, then I think the ES is going to be around here. Yes, he has 81 PD arrays. This sucks. We're not going to get a short setup probably. I said it shorted here and YOLO'd it. The squiggly giggly breaker fair value gap. So as you guys can see, we have the squiggly giggly breaker fair value gap here. All right. Dude, the amount of cap in that message is just outrageous. It is one of the best models. Model 13 is one of the best models. He doesn't name his models by number. He calls them names. And there's 81. He said it himself, so you're definitely capping. And he says his private charter members have no access to anything else other than we have. So I don't know what you're smoking. It's the amount of cap in that is just outrageous. Yeah, I like Model 69. That's a model I like. I don't know about you guys, but Model 69 really helped me a lot. Vote 1 if you like Model 69. All right, we're all in support of Model 69 then. All right, great. I'm glad to hear. I'm not calling him out for lying. I'm just saying it's funny. Here, wait. I'll ask someone. Get someone in my Discord who's a private charter. I'll ask him. Again, I'm not saying I don't believe you. It just sounds silly. Again, I don't care. I do not care. I'm here to trade and make money. I do not care. All right, still just watching this. I think we're gonna go for these equal highs probably. That's a scam account. There's a scam account on Twitter. It's called ICT something private charter notes or something or other. It's a scam. He always comments on my stuff and he blocked me. Okay, so there's equal high. See how I just called that out very quickly? Why did I call that out? It's just because I see that fair value gap form. Equal highs, unfilled fair value gap, 5-minute equal highs. All right, then what's the model called? What's the model called? I'm just curious. Yes, of course Nas is going to retrace. Even though I note the sell side, I'm looking for a retracement here. I'm not long enough if we don't retrace. That's... Oh, yeah. I see why we're going to retrace. It's a squiggly, figgly fair value gap over here. See it, guys? I see now. It's model 13 right here. All right, I'm just kidding. I'll stop messing around now. All right. But yeah, of course we're expecting this to retrace. Why would I expect this just to knife down here the whole time? All right, we just inverse this fair value gap. So I'm gonna try wait. I'm gonna try like a small mini long. Maybe if we get in should I do it? Not yet actually. I'm gonna wait for a second. I will try short if we violate this. I don't really want a long yet. I prefer short. If we violate this, I'm going to try short. I mean, this doesn't look terrible. I'm not going to try it, though. I'd rather go along with my bias just for now. If this gets violated, I'm going to try short. That's what I'll do. That's the only thing I'm interested in right now. We'll see if this... I'll just tape read this one for now. I'll demo this. Not taking this as a live count. No. Alright, we're demoing this. It doesn't look terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to go against my bias. I'm gonna try to see if I can get up there. 3.7, that'd be about 20 points. No, that'd be 15 points. See how in this case there's not really a good target. Does that make sense? Like this is not a swing high. Does that make sense why I don't really like this long to take in my live? Because I don't really have a solid plan here. There's no intermediate term high just sitting up here. The next one is this one right here. That's why I don't really like this too much. Does that make sense, everyone? Right, with my model, I like to see that intermediate term obvious swing high, but I don't really see that right here. So I'm kind of just guessing. And if I'm guessing, I just demo. Again, I'm just going to put my take profit up here. See if this hits. Not really a specific reason for putting it right here. Yeah, there's not really a good intermediate term high. We'll mark out the range. Yeah, that wasn't a bad play. Maybe I could have taken this. I don't feel comfortable if I don't really have a solid target in mind taking the setup, because if you don't have a plan, you can't take a trade. I have the plan for the entry, right? My plan was this inverse. And I have the plan for the stop loss, a close under, but I don't really have a solid plan for where I'm going to target, right? Because I don't know. We don't really have to hit here because this is not an intermediate term high. Does it make sense why we don't have to hit here? Because it's not a swing high. Yeah, that's why. All right, let's stop arguing in chat. Type 1 if what I just said makes sense. I'm just trying to make sure everyone understands that. Because this is actually a weird scenario where, yeah, this looks good, but there's not really a solid target, meaning there's no specific target we have to hit. Does that make sense why I'm just demoing this? Okay, perfect. As long as that makes sense. Not really something I've taught before, but it just doesn't really give me nice conviction to target up here. But I still demo it because it still looks like a good long. I just don't know where the good take profit would be. So far, nice reaction. If we re-go hit this internal high, I move my stop to break even. Oh, Junior, my target's down here. I'm just saying for retracement, I don't know where it's going to go. Maybe 50% of the range. Up here to this 0.5 level. Junior, I trade my model. This is not my model. I'm good with my model. I don't really use a lot of other concepts, so I don't say to me right now. Yeah, Junior, Junior, where's it going to go? Nah, he's probably not trolling. I don't know. I can't really tell, honestly. And do not see a long model. Okay, I'm just waiting from inverse model. The only really thing I see is we violate this 2-minute. I'll try a short. But other than that, not really thing. And that's on my live count, not a demo. Violate this. Yes, close below. Okay. Check this. Oh, yep. You're very right. Yeah, you're right. So we should just accelerate down to here now. Yeah, I missed that, unfortunately. So ES close below. It's not on my side-by-side chart, so I did miss that. We'll see if this goes below now. Good call. I did not see that. Again, that's exactly my model, right? That's what I said I was looking for. Okay. Remember what I said? I said something like this. Right? Does that look like this picture that I drew out before in ES? Yes, it does. And where do we reject? The higher time frame PD array right here. So it did not happen on NQ, unfortunately. So did not have the opportunity to take that, but that was literally what I drew out before. Okay, this is literally what I wanted to see. Gonna get out of this obviously now. I don't really care about that position. Still think we're gonna go to sell side and NQ. Still think we're gonna go down to this fair value gap on ES. Okay, that's I'm really looking to take right now. Yo, does the time 1013 ring a bell, Junior Harry? 1013 is important, right? Okay, no close below so far. No. It's just 1013, bro. I want to see what he says about the time 1013. Yeah, you gotta be patient here. Model 1013 a.m. And I wish I was paying attention. I probably would have tried that on ES. Did anyone actually take this on ES? I was not looking at ES at the time, but did anyone recognize it looked like that picture I drew with the singular fair value gap? Yeah. Junior, I hope you know I'm not here to troll you, man. But I believe everything you're saying. All right, looks like this thing goes below. For a minute. Sell side. I have to go and like, fortunately. Have you done a video on how to identify seek and destroy? Yeah, I have. Go over it in my Discord sometimes. Junior, I'm not. How am I making a mistake if I haven't taken a live trade since this morning? I'm not making any mistake. I have this sell side mark. That's where I think price is gonna go. That's not a mistake. It's not gonna close below. Damn. No entry there, unfortunately. Did not close below. I'm making mistakes in my analysis. Okay. Thank you, Meat. I appreciate it. So, Junior, what do you think about a short if we close under this bullish fair value gap? Will it work or no? Yeah, Junior definitely shorted PMI. Yeah, we're gonna go to hit this low. See, this is another situation. It's just not gonna give us the entry. We're gonna close below and probably hit this low first. See, that's what sucks about this. And that's you're gonna have to deal with that some days. I can't control that. And if we close like this, there's no way in hell I'm entering. We're too far down now. The risk reward's horrible here. Damn. 46 seconds to the close. The 3-minute close below. I mean, it's up to you. It's all fractal. 3-minute did close below. You're right. EU. EU. The only thing I care about on EU is if this is violated. Other than that, I don't really care about EU. This is. Yep. So we're gonna go hit this low. It sucks. Not gonna give us. Can't do anything about it. So there it is. It's really sorry couldn't get an entry there. That was the next entry I was gonna enter in my live count. That sucks. At least I'm 1 for 1. Yeah, the 1 minute had 2 fair value gaps. There's too many here, right? Did anyone prematurely just short that because they know sell sides are here and they? Okay, I don't know. I was waiting for the 2-minute close there. It's fine. So 2-minute close. What do you do in this situation? What do you do? How do you execute this? Yeah, I probably should have entered off the 3-minute. It's fine. See, the 3-minute did close below, and we just went right to that low. Yeah, so how do you execute this? You short the close, okay, when we close below the 3-minute. And you can see it did actually give a little retracement here after this close. Okay, so let's say we entered up here. You probably, because I think the higher time frame sell side here, what do? You scale half here because you're going along with the higher time frame order flow, and you put the stop for the rest to break even. Yeah, that's only if you got in. That's how you execute. And that sucks. That was going to be such a good entry. FVGs are not the answer. You use fair value gaps to your entries. Bro, fair value gaps are literally so key, dude. Bro, one of the only PD arrays ICT notes is fair value gaps on his Twitter. So I'm not sure. And if you're in, I'll just hold the rest till here and see if you can get down there. Yes, fair value gap. So at least it played out nicely in ES. So ES, we kind of got my target already. Not hit OTE yet. I just want a little more in NQ if we can get it. It's probably not smart to short after that. So we got this inverse short. Not smart to short now. Already hit the POI. This. Yes. Fair value gaps are the key to every PD array. I base every single other PD array around a fair value gap. Okay, Yes, Junior, I understand. ICT has not really taught us the time aspect a lot. I mean, he's taught us some time stuff, but I know there's more in time. You have to understand that at this fair value gap forms at this time, this is going to work versus I know there's stuff beyond that. I know I don't really need that to be successful. I'm profitable just fine without that, but that could get me a little. Because it's a swing low to a swing high. Junior probably made the algo. All right. I'm gonna have to end my stream here, guys. Again, the only thing I'd be doing is try to hold runners till here. If not, don't enter a new short now. And the only reason I'm saying that is because this EOS POI was already hit. Okay. But yeah, if you want, I'd live stream literally every single day on my Discord. I'm not trying to promote anything, and this won't save you, but live stream every single day. If you want to join, just click the link in the description, the WAP link or whatever. Oh, that sucks. Well, definitely missed out on that one. At least some of you caught it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions on my Twitter or Discord. There's a free section of my Discord, so if you want to join that, you can talk there too. So I'll see you guys later. Peace. And I'll probably say boom if this hits later.